the soothing melodies ever, from a flute of a nightingale, constantly changing notes that sends hearts to solace. Honorable aged persons, your personality is still evolving. Your tenacity cannot be mistaken for revolutionarism. Honorable aged persons, as the ego does, you train your children on about the thick clouds that define progress, growth, and true professionalism. Ha! Ebusiafwe. Na obanda na ebobo pain anyan. Humayendi yen pain funi. Usande ye benyi na boto. We are children. We are born with the hearts to take the stead of our parents. Having pure souls and hearts, Jesus never despised us. He admonished his disciples to let us come close to him because the kingdom of God is ours. We are brittle and tender. Oh yes, we are vulnerable little creatures. Our vulnerability exposes us to abuse. He took a coin, so his finger was slashed with a blade to pacify the claimant. She took a piece of meat, so a red-hot iron was plugged on her bare skin. I could hear the wailings and cries of a little girl. Locked up in a room, she was given in marriage to a 50-year-old man next door. The cries and pains these children go through upset my tummy. It breaks my heart to see a child suffer. Children at 560 protect our rights as children. What is the Africa we want? What is the Africa we, the children of the continent, will inherit? Will it be a place where we try to escape to find greener pastures elsewhere? Never again. The Africa we want is a place where we have great opportunities and possibilities. A place where our founding fathers and mothers dreamt of. It's already midnight. Everyone is asleep, but I am on the street, hungry, nowhere to lay my head or even wash my feet. People insult me, the police chase me, yet I am a slave to hunger and lies. You see, I'm scared, but there is no one to comfort me. Cold, but no one will give me warm clothes. Please think, this problem is too deep. Open your heart. Let us sing, because yesterday I took my bath in a public sink. I am weak, working in places too stressful for my age, sleeping at the mercy of the weather and its rage. Eating, don't bother. Today it comes, tomorrow it may not. Last week I met the others. They were just like me. We warm ourselves, share the little we can get, but deep down, we still wish for a home, a hot bath, a plate of jollof, a mother's love, and a good school. You know, Big Brother is what we call the eldest in our group. He is always angry. He takes a lot of hard drugs, but he still cries for his family in his sleep. Please listen. Give a child a word, and he will form a sentence. Give a child a sword, and he will start a war. Oh, give a child love, and he will spread it like a virus till everyone is infected with goodness. Give a child hope and watch him set records. The Africa they never show you. Africa Yahuru, Yahuru, Yahuru. Africa Alkabolan, mother of mankind. Africa, you look so elegant for the eyes to behold. Africa, your resources abound from antiquity, as plunderers try to devour you through eternity. Africa, unite and break the chains of divisiveness. Africa, you are beautiful. Bless us with his bounties. Patriots of Africa, rally round the throbbing sounds of the phantom drum, a tumpan and the sweet melodious sounds from the xylophone and the choral. Let the beats and the sounds of these move the adrenaline to a crescendo, to emancipate your soul from neocolonialism. Let us take a side journey to the Nubian civilization. the Great Pyramids of Giza, the doors of Timbuktu, adorned with gold dust and nuggets by the great Masao Musa, the richest man ever lived, an African. Sumanguru Kente, the Krishaka Zulu, Ya Asantua, and our great heroes and heroines. They have done their part. What are we doing as current generation? Chop, what the Penina, Missing, obeying Wabatu, into my yada, was Sunday on ye. For remember that Usubayin Abatu, but a home in
I'll sing of the goodness of God. Yes, all my life you have been faithful. Yes, all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yes, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. Oh, your mercy never fails me. In all my days, I've been held in your hand. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. Yes, I have lived in the goodness of God. Yes, all my life you have been faithful. Yes, all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yes, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yes, I will sing of the goodness of God. And we will sing of the goodness of God. Yes, we will sing of the goodness of God. Yes, we will sing 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 the goodness of God. We will sing the goodness of God. Yes, we will sing the goodness of God. We will sing. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with reality.
But when the time comes that we are going to witness in this hall, thank you so much.
This long life you have lived has given you advantage over other people. It is also unique because a lot of people are not aware, but right now, at this present time in Ghana, is the first time in our history that we have had a critical mass of retirees who are well-educated people and have lived professional lives. We've not had that before. And it presents certain challenges. And the key challenge is, for me, how do you use or put to use this accumulated experience over a lifetime? That is one of the challenges which I feel is a big potential which we are not utilizing. So when they mentioned Abuelo Foundation to me, I've always had this thing in my mind. How are we using this critical mass of experience? Because unlike those old days when people will not even reach this age, they will look much older than this, and they will not have the fitness that our elders now have. But now at 65, as I am, you're young. You are now a small boy here. You know? So people are in their 70s and they're still strong, they're still active. So the key thing is those active years. How do we optimize those active years? And to optimize them, first of all, the people themselves must be in good health. They must have the wherewithal to continue enjoying their life to its fullness. And then we can talk about the sharing of their experiences with the community and passing on those experiences that they have learned. So I'm very happy that we have this opportunity to talk about the Abuelo Foundation and the issues related to aging in a very comprehensive way. And I hope that in the course of the discussions that will follow, beyond these broad remarks that I have made, some specific issues will come up, and we shall discuss that and wrap that at the end. I know one of the key things that has been on my mind, and many people's minds, has been the disparity in pension funds for public servants after retirement. And it goes without saying that in the current work which I'm doing, which is the national interest movement, which is looking critically at this issue, one of the big issues has been the big disparity between the payment of ex gratia for top officials and pensions of people who have served 30, 40 years. We cannot talk about equity when we have $500,000 every 4 years being given to the same person, and then only 30,000 being given to somebody after 30 years of hard service. This kind of inequity must be redressed. It's not a political issue, it's a social issue, and it's an issue of equity and social justice. So I hope that in the course of the time, we'll have more time to discuss about this. Meanwhile, I welcome all of